Okay. Hello, students. Welcome to the 6th MSC. Okay, we'll start with attendance taking like usual. Okay, Sean.
Yes, hi.
Okay. Brian, James.
Hello.
Hello. Is Brian here?
I think he's on his way.
Okay.
Let me text him.
All right. Thank you. Janani. Janani not here yet. Huh? Chen Hong.
Where?
Thank you. Farrell, Ibrahim.
Present.
Farrell, right? Okay. Is Ibrahim here?
I'm not too sure.
Okay, can you ring him? Okay, move on. Hillary and Kelvin.
Here.
Thank you. Is Kelvin here?
I think he's coming.
Okay. Jesse.
Here.
Thank you. Naomi and Dion.
Here. We're both here.
Thank you. Sharina and Ike.
Here.
Thank you. Was absent. Hazel.
Here.
Thank you. Kavi and Josh.
Present.
Here.
Thank you. Tyler.
Here.
Thank you. Alan. Not here. Hashini. Nathan.
Here.
Thank you. Sherry.
Here.
Thank you. Is Winnie here yet? She mentioned she'll be late a bit.
I think she's coming.
Okay.
All right.
Move on first. Crystal.
Here.
Zichi. Thank you. Zichi.
Here.
Here also. Yashwin.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jason.
Here.
Thank you. Fatima. Can you help check if Fatima's coming?
Yeah,
Then
I'll
move
text. I'll text her.
Thank you. Idelin, Wen Chong. Maybe need to text Idelin and Wen Chong also. Arush. Ahina. Chen Hong need to text Arush and Ahina as also. Nufail.
Here.
Thank you. Benjamin and Hanyao.
Yeah.
Here.
Thank you. Tati.
Here.
Thank you. Sat.
Here.
Thank you. Nalama.
Here.
Thank you. Dylan.
Low.
Hello. Farah.
Here.
Thank you. Niha and Samira. Farah might need your help to check with Niha and Samira.
Yeah.
I might need your help to check with Niha and Samira to ask them to come in.
Okay, will do.
Okay, thank you. All right, so these are the people who have sent in their letters of apology. Okay, we move on to the first motion, the acceptance of apology letters and proxy letters. The below office bearers have submitted their apology letters and appointed proxies for their absence. This motion is accepted by
Kelvin.
Thank you. This motion is passed. All right, the second motion is the student's voice segment, but we did not receive any issues from the report, thus this will be passed. Moving on to the third motion, which is the annual elections blueprint. So the purpose is to review and to approve this blueprint. So this is here. Let me just go through the important parts. then if you're interested to know more, can come into this document right here. All right. So yes, the election period is coming. We will start with the election commission. So the election commission will consist of the returning officer and the deputy returning officer. So something to note about this is that returning officer is responsible for overseeing the overall election process and ensuring adherence to the constitution, election regulations, and this blueprint. So if you would like to know more about the roles and responsibilities of the returning officer, you can refer to this document here. The deputy returning officer will, hold on. The deputy returning officer is to assist the returning officer in the execution of the election and will be appointed later on. The responsibilities for both the election commission is to conduct the election based on this approved blueprint, and they must uphold the constitution, the regulation, and this blueprint. MUSA 2025 will provide support to the election commission to ensure smooth and the efficient election operations. Now, the RO may decide for all the matters not provided by this constitution, election regulations, or this blueprint. And in the case where there is a candidate in an election who appeals against the decision of the returning officer, the candidate must write to the returning officer within 24 hours, and the returning officer will refer this matter to the electoral tribunal, which comprises of 2 law professors and 1 staff representative from student life. And if the electoral tribunal considers that the returning officer's decision should be reviewed, a meeting will be convened and the electoral tribunal must rule on this matter. So that is something important for the election commission. Let's move on to the MUSA structure. So MUSA structure, just going through briefly, we have the EXCOs, the 5 divisions, the 7 schools, and our editors. Now, moving on to the criteria of who can be an office bearer. Firstly, you must be a full-time student of Monash University, Malaysia during your term in office, which is exactly 1 year, starting from 1st Jan to 31st December. This applies to those elected office bearers in the 2025 annual election and does not apply to interim appointments and other appointments made out of the period of the election. So a full-time student is deemed to be enrolled in a minimum of 18 credit points per sem or 36 credit points over 2 sems. Next, the candidate must achieve a minimum WAM of 60% in their course results so far. This would be shown through the WES screenshot and the WAM record. And some case-specific requirements is that only international students can run as a candidate for the MUIS division, and only students from the respective schools can run as a candidate for the representative positions of their respective schools. And something new to add on, as part of this blueprint, the election committee proposes a new criteria whereby any individual who has previously triggered a vote of no confidence or who has been dismissed via an MSC vote following 3 official warning letters shall be prohibited from running in the MUSA 2025 annual election. This is something we have newly added, but we think is reasonable, and this will be part of this blueprint. So these eligibility criteria, all 4 of them, are subject to strict adherence, and there are no exceptions or appeals to be allowed once a candidate has been deemed ineligible. All nominations must comply in full with these conditions. Is there any questions until now? If no, let me move on. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the positions contested in the annual elections, we have all the office bearers position. We have the president, vice presidents, GenSec, heads of finance, heads of activities, heads of welfare, heads of publicity, heads of clubs and societies, heads of MUIS, the MUIS secretary, MUIS treasurer, MUIS engagement, MUIS country representative officers, MUIS media, and all school representatives consisting of 1 male and 1 female representative as a pair from School of Art and Social Science, School of Engineering, School of Medicine and Health Sciences, School of Science, School of Business, School of IT, and School of Pharmacy, and also our 4 editors as the functioning body. So these can be summarized in this positions chart in our elections. Okay, moving on to something important, the master timeline sheet. Okay, so this is the general timeline of the annual elections that's being proposed. It will start late August and it will end late October. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so there is a week before the last week of August set to be a buffer week in case there is a need to start the election earlier. But for now, the proposed date is to start on 25th with the announcement. And we will do a bit of postings publicity-wise to get the students to be aware of the election and to be aware of what MUSA is. And we will have an open talk that is open to all students. This will be live streamed on YouTube. After the open talk, straight away, we will open the nominations. It will last for about a week plus. And after the nominations close, we will have the review period by the Election Commission. And meanwhile, it would also be the ticket registration period, which is the party registration. And also, if necessary, we will be using this week for the extended nomination in case there are cases whereby some office bearer positions, we have less people. Then we will have the MUSA training session and candidate briefing on a Saturday on 13th of September. I'll go through this later on in a bit more detail. For now, let's look at the timeline only. Then the campaigning period will start on the 15th with the publish of candidate list and also the Know Your Candidates series. It will last about 2 weeks and there will be no election activity during our mid-sem break. Once everyone comes back, it will be straight away the debate and then the voting and then the result ceremony on around 20th October. And elections will end after the returning officer submits the post-election report to the MSC. Okay, so this is roughly the timeline. I will move on to some details of how the election processes. Okay, so we will have 5 main phases, like how we did for by-elections. Firstly, the pre-election will be mainly about the recruitment of the election commission. So both the RO and DROs will be officially appointed via the MSC through a vote, and after that, they will sign a contract to document their appointment. Then after that, I will hand over any necessary materials to the election commission, which includes these materials. Then they will also be introduced to our publicity team to coordinate any publicity postings for the annual election. Of course, the first thing that will be done is the notice of the election, which will be posted end of August. And then the open talk, which is open to all students. Some information that may be featured in the open talk are such as follows. Then we move on to the nomination stage. So the nomination period will be a period whereby interested students will submit the necessary documents and they will carry out the activities required for an approved nomination. So these are the examples of the necessary documents. This will be briefed in detail after the returning officer comes into place. And also the extended nomination in case there are 0 or not enough nominations for any office bearer positions. However, this is subject to discussion by the Election Commission to how long it should be nominated. Then also the ticket registration. So let's say if the candidate is running in a group of 2 or more, they must apply to have a student party name registered or re-registered. That's how they register for a ticket. And the EC, the Election Commission, will review the ticket registered and also the nominations to whether to see if the candidates are eligible according to the criteria that I've listed just now. And then an additional 3 mandatory criteria, which is 1, have scheduled a meeting with the current office bearers, which is our team, for discussion and submitted proof, met all eligibility requirements mentioned, and also attended the mandatory MUSA training session. All right, before I move on to the training session, is there any questions? Okay, no question, I'll move on. This is something really important and needs all office bearers to take note of. Okay, so all nominees, they must join the MUSA training and candidate briefing session. So it is we recommend to conduct the MUSA training on campus. And we will reserve 1 day to hold the MUSA training because for this round, we will be making it a little bit more comprehensive than how we did it last year. The proposed date is 13 September. So all office bearers, please note this date down because you will need to be present in campus if it's held on campus for this training session. Okay, there are two parts to the training. Part one is candidate briefing, whereby we will go through some basics of MUSA. This will be led by our president, the election commission, and the HAC if necessary, but mainly the president and EC. So what we will go through is such as this. So firstly, any MUSA culture that we are expecting, some basics of MUSA. These are basically those that all office bearers have to know, but it's not department specific. So for example, our structure, and then MSC, our constitution and handbook, the events, how it works, and also finance. And also not forgetting the election related items such as the timeline, how to proceed with campaigning and debate, and also briefing for any party leaders registered, and also manifestos and building mini workshop. Moving on to part two is where all office bearers have to join in, is the breakout session. So this will be conducted by you for your candidates for your respective positions. So this purpose is to discuss any matters regarding the role and other possible topics related to MUSA. So ideally, if it's held on campus, this will be arranged in your respective MUSA offices. And it's allowed to be 1 to 4 hours, depending, for you to go through any details of your role and anything you want to share with the candidates. This is a time for you to go through. This aims to enhance the understanding and responsibilities of your role and to foster meaningful conversations between the outgoing and the potential leaders. So let me repeat again, this is very important. All office bearers, please mark your calendars. You have to be present for this MUSA training session. All right, next is the manifesto and policy building series for the KYCs. So the manifesto is an important component for the candidates' campaigning activities, especially for KYCs and for the debates. Okay. So we will end the nomination period with the official announcement of the candidate list. And after that, we will straight away go into the campaigning stage. So we will start with the KYCs in collaboration with our publicity team. They will showcase their introduction and also their manifesto. Then campaigning will be on campus since it's the annual election. Just a reminder that there should be no campaigning during mid-sem break and in the voting period, meaning campaigning can only be done during the campaigning period and also the debate period. So there should be strictly no campaigning during mid-sem or the voting period. Okay, some campaigning regulations and breaches. So let's say there is a case whereby the candidates campaign out of the campaigning period. The EC has the right to decide whether to penalize the candidate or their party in the case whereby they are in the party. So this is for the discretion of the election commission. A suggestion to penalize such offences is to introduce a 1-day campaigning suspension to the whole party. But as mentioned, this is all up to the election commission. And candidates, they have the right to report or present any cases of breach, provided that they present their case with sufficient evidence, because the appeal process is quite lengthy and complicated. So it is required that the candidates do prepare enough evidence before they come to the returning officer. So the election commission will review the reports and they will make the decisions. And their decisions of the returning officer will be considered final. Any further escalations will be reviewed by the electoral tribunal if deemed necessary. Okay, moving on to the debate and voting stage. So debates will be on campus and will be indoors to minimize any weather disruptions. This one, all office bearers will have to be present as well. The structure and the arrangements of the timeline would be announced soon by the returning officer. After the debates will be the voting period. We will still utilize the e-voting platform like usual, and a Google form will be used as a second option or a plan B. After the voting period will be the scrutinizing session, where this is a final check of the results should there be any discrepancies. So each student party must appoint 2 students as scrutinizers, whereas independent candidates must appoint a minimum of 1 and maximum of 2 scrutinizers to check that the results that are up to standards. All right, then the scrutinizer must not be a running candidate or a current council member. This will be briefed by the returning officer as well. Then we will end with the results announcement ceremony, which will be held on campus as well. After that would be the official declaration of results. After the results announcement ceremony, the Election Commission will post the official list of candidates on our Instagram page, and that will be the end of the election. Then we will have a internal debrief with our election committee, as well as the final election report to be presented to the MSC for approval. All right, until now, is there any questions? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we move on. So the election publicity, I'll go through this quickly because it's quite self-explanatory. So we will use Instagram, Facebook, and some other platforms for publicity. And okay, moving on to the election committee, to this part. The election commission, they will be designing the posts and they will be arranging the timeline, and they will be liaising with our publicity team to see how to post. And our publicity division would be mainly helping to post the content on any platforms necessary. Yeah, so this is the main point for this part. And the types of posts will be dependent on how the election commission wants it. But these are some of the mandatory posts that must be posted during each phase. And okay, some publicity strategies and additional notes. So this can be read as well, but I'll go through it quickly. So to label all election commission posts, meaning we will have our own logo to show that we are making those posts and those posts come from us. And we can use some emails or some QR codes to reach voters, and we will liaise with publicity officers to have election content arranged well and posted well so that it reaches the students and gain a bigger, wider audience. And we will arrange the workload and task management well between the returning officer and the deputy returning officer. And we will be using a general design template, and we will be using the designs where convenient. Okay, and to note that for the KYC series, it is suggested for the election commission to show the candidates first before they post out to ensure that everything is correct, because there might be quite a lot of KYC posts to be coming out. Yes, okay, and then we will end with the important documents. So during the election, the constitution and the election regulations always takes precedence. So everything will be done based on both of these important documents, and also the handbook and this blueprint. So this is the end of the blueprint. Is there any questions before we go into voting? Three, two, one. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me move on. Let me go back to this. This motion is proposed by Bliss, seconded by.
Harshini.
Thank you. Right, then we move on to the voting. Like usual, I'll call out and you can say for or abstain. Vice Presidents.
Or
Thank you. Finance Directors. Is Janani here? It's okay, we move on first. CNS.
or
Thank you. Moise. Moise, Farrell. Okay, move on first. Activities.
4.
Thank you. Publicity.
4.
Thank you. Welfare.
4.
Thank you. TAS.
4.
SOB.
4.
SOE.
4.
SIT.
4.
Thank you. Thomas.
4.
Thank you. SOS?
4.
Thank you. SOP?
4.
Thank you. Let me check again. Is the finance director here? Okay, how about Moise?
4.
Thank you. Okay, so since we have a vote, 13 votes, that's more than 2/3 of the majority. So this motion is passed. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so let's move. You guys have any questions before I move on to the next motion? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we move on to the next motion. It's the appointment of the election commission. So this motion aims to appoint the below individual as the deputy returning officer for our election. So the DRO serves as a second to the elections returning officer and is expected to assist in the execution of the blueprint as prepared. The following individual has been tasked with preparing a mini self-introduction presentation and their resume or portfolio. So there will be a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. So we have Denisha Lim here as our DRO candidate. Denisha, are you ready with the presentation?
Hi. Yeah, sure.
Hello, okay, do you need to share screen?
Yeah, I can share screen.
Sure. You can start whenever you're ready. The floor is yours.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep, can.
Okay, so I'll begin now. So, hi everyone. My name is Denisha Lim, and I'm 22 this year. And I started in Monash in October 2021, and I just completed my honors year in Bachelor of Medical Bioscience. So I'll be sharing some things about me. So outside of classes, I'm also part of the Monash volleyball team and futsal team, which are two sports that I love very much. And I would describe myself as an outgoing individual and an extrovert that loves working with others. And I often participate in various activities and positions when possible because I like to keep myself active and busy. And another fun fact is during my 3 to 4 years in Monash, I actually spent almost every day in school from morning to night in the level 3 library. Yeah, so some experiences I had not only in Monash but in my previous college as well is that I've been part of the MUSA CNS Sports Officer Subcom, and I was also the Year 3 MedBio course representative during my final year. And from these two positions is where I mainly learned about the MUSA format and how MUSA mainly works. And from this, I mainly worked on event organizing and also like organizing the Monash Cup and also handling all the inquiries and like looking for methods of improvement to enhance the quality of teaching units during my course representative term. And I also served as the publicity head for MonPac. So I started off as the subcommittee, and then the following year I was the publicity officer. And from this, I mainly managed the publicity department. And I usually like spend my time like creating promotional content such as posters, marketing campaigns, as well as reels and videos. And I also managed the club's Instagram profile. I also did photography and I collaborated with other clubs as well during my term. And finally, when I was in Taylor's previously before Monash for my pre-U, I was the president for the Marketing and External Relations Department for my community service club. And from there, I mainly oversaw the marketing department executives and I also designed content for the social media and I also plan various marketing strategies and events while collaborating with other departments and clubs as well. So for my portfolio, I just have a small brief portfolio of all the content I've made throughout my publicity terms in various clubs. So this is just a short intro, but you can see it from the accounts as well, such as Monpac and CSI Taylors. And that's all from my side. Thank you. And we can begin the Q&A.
Okay, thank you. Right, now we're opening the floor to Q&As from any office bearers. Any questions from the floor? Sean has a question.
Well, hi, can you hear me?
Hi, yeah, I can.
Okay, great. I just have one quick question I would like to ask you is, I believe that you have, like, that's what you said, like, you have a lot of experience when it comes to dealing with the stuff internal mesh and all that. Only I'd like to get your opinion on, and what do you feel like doing is, how would you increase the rate of this year, especially through reaching out to them and all that? What are some things that you want to do differently that we have not explored in the past?
Do you mean in terms of like increasing the voting rate for this year?
Yes, correct.
Oh, so for me, I personally think that social media and also physical, like approaching people physically is the way to go. So from my previous class, what we did to increase engagement is we created a lot of reels in the sense of like in a TikTok way in order to like increase like engagement in an entertaining way, but also like physically, such as like approaching students and like doing street interviews and also like posting posters around the school as well, because I feel like having posters around the school is one of the easiest way to attract students, especially when they're going to class and leaving class. And also mainly on social media, mainly as reels instead of posters. So posters can be shared by other clubs, but reels are usually more engaging from what I see when I was in Monpac. So I think that's the main way to go when it comes to attracting students to vote.
Right, thank you so much for your answer. That's all.
Any other questions from the floor? Counting in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Then we can move on to the voting. Oh, apologies again. Okay, this motion is proposed by Bliss, seconded by.
Right.
Thank you. All right, now we move on to the voting, as usual. Vice Presidents.
Oh,
Thank you. Finance Directors. CNS.
Four.
Thank you. Moise.
4.
Thank you. Activities.
Four.
Thank you. Welfare.
4.
Thank you. Publicity.
4.
Thank you. SAS.
4.
SOB.
4.
Thank you. SOE.
4.
SIT.
4.
SOMAS.
4.
Thank you. SOS.
4.
SOP.
4.
4.
Thank you. So there are 13 fours, so this motion is passed. All right, congratulations on your appointment, Denisha. Okay, thank you for coming in for the presentation. You can leave now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone.
All right, we'll move on to the division and departmental updates. So I'll pass to Sean.
Hi, everyone. Please just to check. Can you hear me well?
Yep, can.
Yes. Okay, great. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for making it today. You guys have a fantastic sem break, and today was the day everybody got their marks. So hopefully everyone's feeling okay and did not regret joining MUSA due to the academia. Anyways, I'll go very quickly over my report since there's not too much stuff for me to go over. Mainly is so the first thing that has happened during the sem break is the EMS deadlines PR implementations. Now, as most of the office bearers know and their subcommittee, there has been strict deadlines that were set at the beginning of the sem break to ensure that we meet our EMS goals for this year. And I'm very happy to report that everybody managed to submit within the time frame given. Although there were one or two reports that came in after, but it is much more less than what we anticipated. So I'd like to thank all of the office bearers' support into making sure we do this. Now it will be our side, our job to make sure that we get it approved as soon as possible. So as a reminder as well, please do submit in the EMS expediting form or reach out to me with your EMS numbers if there are any delays. It is better for you to collect all of them together and let me know which one they are. But of course, filling up the form is the easiest lah. So just update in both ways. Apart from the EMS itself, just another update that due to the rates that we're looking at, depending on how we go throughout the rest of the semester, this will be a system that will be fully in place permanently moving forward. Although there will be few tweaks done, but this will be something that will be the new standard moving forward for EMS admissions. Now, the next thing we'd like to look into is the post-event reports. Now, again, as mentioned earlier, the post-event reports basically is a way for us to conclude your event from running, conclude your event that has ran, to make sure that all the necessary documentations, financials has been cleared. So this document mainly is for us to review as well the success of your events, as well as what can be done in the future to save it, and also will be used for archival purposes, not only by MUSA, but also for Monash's end. So for this one, the details will be given to you directly through the office bearers itself. But the rough overview will be just simply filling up a document and passing it to us 1 week after the end of your event. So that means if your event was that, for example, the MSC was this Monday night, we expect it by at least next Monday night at the most, right? Other than that, the delays or any issues with your post-event reports, especially for those who are not submitting it on time, nor even submitting it at all, we have the right to slow down or withhold any financial transactions, which includes cash reimbursements, PRP, or anything or everything that is, as this document is very crucial for us. Lastly is also all the necessary forms, all the necessary letters that we have mentioned to you guys. Everything should be out and ready to be used as well. All the necessary guidelines or templates. If there are anything that has not been explained clearly, you can always reach out to me for more clarification. So this is mainly towards MUSA and all of its subcommittee and subdivisions as well. And for CNS, we believe they have their own system, so it will not affect all the clubs and the CNS. So these are mainly the documentation. Now, to go over very quickly for the semester 2 plans, some of the stuff includes a joint initiative with all the other SLNs within the campus to have a joint fund when it comes to looking into student welfare, as well as the initiatives that all of us would like to do. As MUSA is the voice of the students for the university, we would like to also collaborate with other student voice parties as well to make sure that we get everybody's input into anything that concerns the students of this campus. So this is something that's new that has not really been enforced or encouraged a lot in previous terms, which is something we plan to do for now and for long term. Apart from that is to build stronger bonds as well. So as last semester was all about making sure that we can run as efficient as possible, this semester will be looking towards, especially for my department, will be looking towards expanding our growth and our connections as well, which involves having a stronger bond between Sunway and Taylor Student Council, including any sorts of initiatives, any sort of networking opportunities, not only for the office bearers, but for cross-club collaboration, which is something that we do plan on exploring soon. The next thing is as well, the major thing that we plan to do by the end of this semester, or in the middle of it actually, is the finalization of a new constitution, whereby we are in the works of getting with the necessary stakeholders to finalize an improved constitution, being up to date to the current standards. As the previous constitution, there were a few amendments made throughout the different terms of MUSA, which we plan to overcome and to finalize by this year at the latest as well. So for this one, the necessary committee and a proposal will be up and running during the next few MSCs as well. So that is something we'd like all stakeholders to be aware of. If there anyone who would like to give input or like more clarification, more information, so from there as well, we're looking into my team, the subcommittee team. As mentioned earlier, the president subcommittee, it is a rare sight to have subcommittees under my name, not to even see them working. I do know they work in silence. But this term, we're making them more outward facing towards our office bearers to assist you guys in necessary occasions. These subcommittees have already gotten all the office bearers' contacts, so if there's any situations, they will come out and assist you accordingly, be it for events, for your post-event reports, for anything sponsorship, for anything financials as well. There are few members in the team that will be reaching out to assist and delegate accordingly. And last but not least will be a small little project that MUSA will be working on. So other than the run, which will be explained by Kelvin later, MUSA is also looking into taking on a project with student life on a mural on campus, with the help of promoting as well as advocating for the necessary designs, as well as the idea for the mural on campus. And before I conclude my report, is there anyone who would like to ask any questions, any verifications for what has been mentioned here? Going twice. All right. So this report has been contributed by myself, the President's report, and accepted by.
Pearl.
I think. Thank you, everyone.
We pass on to
Okay.
the
And all right. So for Vice President's report, there's two main highlights. The first one is the pre-career fair initiative, and the second one is the TEDx update. So for pre-career fair initiative, recently a meeting was held with the Student Career Services to discuss the feasibility of doing a pre-career fair, and they have mentioned that they were also in the midst of planning the pre-career fair as well. So the plan has already started and we are co-organizing with them. So the contributions will be from both sides. We'll be having two general workshops that will benefit all students. The first one that we're looking into is called budgeting basics and also how to manage your first paycheck given by UOB. The second is a career workshop, land your dream job in a big future with Tier 1's firm by FinQuay. So mainly these two are workshops to give insights to students on what is it like in the real working world lah. So next is the school representatives will also be in the initiative by organizing their own workshops and will have more tailored workshops for their field as well. So moving on to the TEDx updates. For publicity, the merge designs were all finalized during the semester break. Multiple designs were all voted amongst our team, and the best one was chosen. All of the designs were sent to the logistics team, and we are all now looking into getting the quotations. Uh, as said, the logistics are finalizing the quotations, and then we will have to submit all the PRPO requests and also EC requests soon. For public relations, we currently have 4 speakers already confirmed, and we'll be looking and confirm another 3 more external speakers. And we have just released the recruitment for student speakers. So if you guys have any friends or you guys are interested in becoming a student speaker for TEDx, you guys can apply for it. Another thing is we are also looking for performances as well. We'll be looking for 3 performances for our TEDx event. So that's all for our VP report, prepared by Brian and James, accepted by
Jessie.
Thank you.
Okay, for GenSec, mainly, firstly, it's about the July subcom recruitment. So it will start 28 July and end on 1st August. I've sent out the booklet and the form to you guys, so you can just update if you need to recruit. And we will be posting it up on Instagram on 28th July. And after that, you guys can arrange all your interviews based on your own preferred timing. A reminder to all to provide your subcommittee members the letter of acceptance, which is the LOA, upon the confirmation, and then update it in the subcommittee database, as this will be used for certificate production. Speaking of certificates, subcommittees who have left after SEM 1, meaning they have completed their commitment in SEM 1, they are eligible to receive a certificate from us with their term stating from January to July. So if you have any subcommittees that are eligible for this certificate, do send me a list by 20th July, and I'll be processing it and then passing on it over to you guys after it's done. Okay, then about the MUSA annual election. So the blueprint has been approved just now, and also we have recruited our deputy returning officer. The returning officer is being scouted and will be appointed as soon as possible. And MUSA 2025 will provide all the support needed for the smooth execution of the election. This is contributed by Bliss, accepted by
Crystal.
Thank you. Okay, pass on to the finance directors. Yeah, let me ring them. In the meanwhile, we skip to the next first, CNS.
Okay. So just 2 points. We would like to update regarding Monash Corp, where the player jerseys has been finalized, and it's targeted to deliver by the first week of August. So it's just in time to get it collected before Monash Club starts officially. And then another reminder is that we will have another round of tryouts for those spots that doesn't have enough players yet. So it's week 1 and week 2 of the second semester. So every student is welcome to participate. And the next one will be the opening ceremony bazaar, where all the vendors and also the dates has been confirmed. So we feature a range of food and also non-food vendors. And because it's Monash Cup, we will also have house committee booths this year to kick off Monash Cup 2025. And the second one would be the AGM reminder. We will have our AGM in the orientation week. It's a Wednesday, 23rd July, and it's 6 p.m. It's online AGM where the meeting link will be shared later to the clubs and societies via our announcement group. And it's important to note that the attendance is compulsory for all the club committee, the executive committee that's listed in the club constitution. Yep, so that's the end of our updates. This report is contributed by Hebe and Chuan Hong, the heads of clubs and societies, and accepted by
Kelvin.
Jesse.
thank you.
All right, so moving on to the head of MUSA department. So right now, starting from the secretary department, MUSA successfully recruited 2 new country representatives, which is Pakistan and South Korea. A post-event feedback report system has been put in place by MUSA as well for all our communities. All community event reports will also be shared with the president of MUSA. The International Buddies Mentorship Program is set to begin for the upcoming July intake. 4 mentors will be assigned to groups of 20 students. All MUSA subcommittee members and country representatives are required to volunteer as mentors. Should more volunteers be required, country committees will be encouraged to volunteer as well to be mentors. If any MUSA representatives who are also international students are interested in signing up for mentees, kindly do reach out to us as we have a lot more spots left. Moving on to the Treasurer Department, Holy Post event report financials have been submitted. The MCN venue vendor registration request has been submitted. Engagement flagship event, JOM KL for July and October, International Game Night, and International Movie Night budget proposals have also been submitted. In total, 12 budget proposals for community events have also been submitted. Moving on to the Engagement Department. So starting in departmental updates, they have successfully submitted all EMS forms for upcoming orientation events, including International Game Night and JOM KL. EMS submissions have also been completed for future events, including International Game Night for October and JOM KL for October, and introducing a new flagship event initiative, Monash Glow, planned to launch in 2025 September. This will officially be a collaboration between MUSA Engagement and MUSA Welfare and MUSA activities. EMS submitted for Monash Glow includes Main Day and Glow Bazaar. The event date is confirmed to be 10, 11, and 12. The Glow Bazaar will be from 10 to 12, and the Glow Festival will be 12. We have started outreach, and actually outreach have been completed for key global festival components, such as the DJ vendors, merchandise vendors, beanbag vendors, and we have received all quotations from contacted parties. We are planning to recruit 3 additional subcommittee members to support upcoming activities for engagement. Moving on to media department, JOM KL and Game Wars promotion is in progress. Podcast episode 2 is soon to come out. MUSA departmental photo shoot is also soon to come out, and preparation for MCN and Monash Glow is still in progress. This report has been contributed by me, Fral Brahmatun El Topani, and Ibrahim Murtaza as the MUSA 2025, accepted by
Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal.
Okay. So for head of activities, just 2 short announcement as mostly will be on July orientation and our upcoming Merdeka Run event as well. So for July orientation, all the preparation has been done. So we'll have dry run for orientation this week on tomorrow for our escape room event, and also for on the 18th will be our campus tour dry run event. And so briefing will be held also on the 18th of July, 2 p.m. with student live, where it will be a hybrid of online and on campus as well for the campus tour guides. That is compulsory for all campus tour guides to attend unless with valid reason. So volunteers also has been added into a WhatsApp group for easier communication as well. So next report will be on the Merdeka run. So registration now open currently with about 180 plus participants, where we will are expecting to hit about 700 to 1,000 participants for the given target by Student Life. So right now we are all focusing on the safety and the logistic of the event to make sure that the run is actually safe for participants, and we are conducting we are collaborating with RELA and police to ensure all the safety standards are met. And we also are right now focusing on pushing out more promotions for the run as well, especially during orientation. So we also will be having a charity focus for this run, which will be So Optimist International Region of Malaysia and Epic Homes. So the main issue that we are now tackling is the road closure and the safety of participants, where we have submitted all the necessary documents to the police in Sunway, and also right now in talks with the city council to ensure what is feasible and what is not feasible as well. This also kindly to just to talk to the OBs later. So after the MSC, do you mind staying back just for about 5 to 10 minutes just for a short briefing on orientation? Yeah, this business report is contributed by Hillary and Kelvin and accepted by
Jessie. Hi everyone. So our OB shirt will be finally delivered by this Thursday. So it will be great if you guys can come and collect on Monday during orientation. Oh, actually before orientation. And for orientation, our team will be on site throughout the whole week to sell the remaining merchandise, and we also restocked the t-shirt that was really popular last semester. And we will also be filming reels and taking pictures throughout the orientation. So if you guys have any nice pictures, do come and send over. And for the semester 2 merchandise, we have already designed, and we are waiting for the quotation, but the estimate amount will be 21,000. And this semester, we're not doing much compared to last semester. We will be doing the bottle, t-shirts, sweaters, and the bag. And lastly, the OB photo shoot. So since I noticed that not all the OBs are here during the orientation week, maybe we can arrange the photo shoot during week 1 if that's possible. And if manga can collab for this will be great, because we don't have fascinating cameras. So maybe we will plan it out if you guys are interested. So yeah, that's it from my side. And this report is contributed by Jessie, accepted by
Pearl.
Thank you.
Okay, so there are 4 points for MUSA welfare. So first we have the semester 2 events. We have planned it all, and we're also undergoing and planning for a wellness week with MUVP. Next will be the committee and lounge recruitment. So we will be recruiting 3 publicity officers for this final semester of 2025, and the posts will be posted the same day the form will be open. And we also plan to hire lounge staff for the second semester. So the hiring post will be posted hopefully by this week, today or tomorrow. And the interviews will be done by the 21st onwards. Sorry, you guys can't apply for it because you're in MUSA. So if you have any friends who wants to join, feel free to let them know. And then the third one will be the OHSE meetings. So it has been conducted, and internal discussions with WAC has resulted in nomination for MUSA members for workplace inspection team as well as emergency response team. And further discussions will be done to implement new ideas for the following semesters. And finally, we had some internal reorganization. We're undergoing it to improve efficiency and organization within our committee to make sure that semester 2 goes smoothly. This report is done by Dion and Naomi, accepted by
Shenhong.
Thank you, Sheena and Sherho.
The editors.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Can.
Okay, so we already have three short updates. Firstly is Manga Night for semester 2. So Manga Night is basically a manga night where four departments, our four departments get to know each other. And the planning for Manga Night is currently ongoing and it will take place on the 29th of August at the Student Lounge. And as for AgNom, so AgNom is our flagship event where art is celebrated, and the plans for AgNom is currently under review, so we can't really tell much about this yet. Next is Humans of Monash. So the first episode of Humans of Monash, collaborating with Wallflower, will be officially posted tomorrow. And the interview of Humans of Monash episode 2 has been conducted on the 11th of July, and additional footage of their performance will be filmed during July orientation. So this is contributed by me, Crystal, Jason, and Yashwin, the editors, accepted by
Ravi.
Okay, before we move on to SAS, let's check if the finance directors are here. If not, can Sean present on their behalf?
Hi, yes, I can. Hi, everyone. Nice to hear from me again. So I'll be presenting on the Treasurer's Report of our two wonderful finance workers. So the budget proposals approvals are follow up. On the BP approval process, all budget proposals for events scheduled from week 0 to week 4 have now been reviewed for AMS approval through the respective departmental working groups. Each submission was carefully assessed for completeness, budget accuracy, and alignment with approved spending guidelines. Where necessary, feedback was provided to clarify inconsistencies, highlighting calculation errors, or request additional documentation. Semester 1 updates for fund tracker finalization. The fund tracker for semester 1 has been The fund tracker for semester 1 has been officially finalized with all departmental entries and financial requests thoroughly reviewed, cross-checked, and marked as complete. This finalized tracker now serves as the official financial record for semester 1 and will be used as the basis for audit preparation and departmental finance report. Departmental finance report. A comprehensive departmental finance report for semester 1 is currently being prepared by our analyst. This report will consolidate all approved PRs, POs, CRs, and reimbursement across departments, providing a full financial overview of the semester. It will serve as a reference for audits, transparency, and year-end financial review. Fund tracker accessibility. The fund tracker for semester 1 will officially be open at the end of week 0 to accept CR requests, allowing departments to submit claims promptly. Receipt collection reminder. I believe this has also been reminded to all of us time and time again. A gentle reminder to all departments, please collect and maintain receipts for all events this semester. Proper documentation is critical for processing, reimbursement, and maintaining audit compliance. Contributed by the finance director, and for this point myself, accepted by
Joash.
Thank you, Joash.
All right, thank you, Sean. Let's continue with SAS, Sharina or I.
Hi, so for the SAS RAPS report, we'll begin with the July orientation.
SAS is currently in the process of preparing for the July orientation. We will be assisting EMO as usual during orientation and will execute the SAS icebreaker session as well as the ensuing campus tour. The department has prepared and submitted the BP to secure EMO funds for the event, which has since been approved. The venue for all the scheduled SAS orientation events has also been booked for the 23rd of July, Wednesday, with 4 sessions running from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Moving on, July recruitment. Following a review of last semester's workload and challenges, SAS will be recruiting 4 more subcommittee members in the upcoming July recruitment. Accordingly, the roles to be recruited are 1 secretary, 1 treasurer, and 2 additional publicity officers. Moving on to semester 2 event planning. In line with the President's request from last MSC, SAS has submitted all EMSs for the upcoming semester along with the budget proposals vetted by the finance directors. All the EMSs are currently pending verifier 2 approval. The department's events for this semester, with the exception of the aforementioned orientation, are as follows. SAS Mingle Night, Spirit Week, which is a collaborative event with all 7 schools usually. However, following their withdrawal, SAS will proceed independently for the semester, only given the high level of engagement in our participation last semester. ESSFS giveaway, 7 school carnival, career fair workshop, as the VP is mentioned, which will be an interview-focused workshop tailored by SAS as part of the career fair. Ensemble X SAS Movie Night, which is a movie screening followed by an academic panel discussion exploring the intersection of film and identity, aligning with the school's academic focus and Monash's EDI values. And then we have the SAS De-Stress Night, and finally the Setu giveaway. And finally, for the SAS merchandise, all merchandise has received approval from the MUSA publicity head and has been sent for production. And SAS Publicity is now preparing materials to promote its release, contributed by myself and Sharina, accepted by
Hazel.
Thank you.
So for SOB, we just have 3 points. The first one is merch. Just like SAS, we're also preparing our merch. And we have already sent to Jessie for approval, and we're currently liaising with the vendor for the designs, and we're gonna ask for samples to ensure that the designs look good. Then for the next one is our event updates. So we're currently preparing for our July Mingle Night, and we plan to have 6 events next semester. And we have already applied for EMS and Sarah for all of them except the October Mingle Night. And last one is the recruit update. So we have made several changes internally, and because most of our subcoms are graduating next sem and or going for exchange, we have to recruit 10 more people into our team. Yeah, contributed by Hazel and Adwa, accepted by
Ike.
Thank you.
Hi, okay, so we have a few points. So first off was our merch design competition, which was under MUMAC. So it's already ongoing. It was started on the 2nd of June, and we're currently in the voting stage. So the winners will be announced shortly after we close the voting period on the 20th of July. And now for our last semester events, care package for Sem 1 was held during week 13, and a total of 117 engineering students participated. So overall feedback was good, but the tissue that we gave out, some of them, it was least preferred. So we will make adjustments for our care package semester 2. And also we will be preparing to have more care packages since it finished quite quickly, I think within 3 hours of our initial release up. So yes, for our next event will be the SOE and XOIT Alumni Engagement Dinner. This was held on the 4th of June 2025 at Study Member Hub in Jaya 1 in collaboration with Alumni Association. So the promotion was done via WhatsApp and email. The actual attendance was 57 participants plus 8 of our committee members from SOE and SOIT. Main feedback was that the majority of them enjoyed these kind of networking and reunion formats. And the next suggestion was a larger venue possibly Monash University for the end year reunion engagement dinner. Yep. So now for engineering race, event is already scheduled on the 9th of August 2025. Games already have been finalized, venues have been booked, sponsorship deals are currently being finalized, and we are currently talking with the sponsors regarding the promotion. And promotion will begin soon before week 0. Now, for our speed modeling competition, which is in collaboration with MUSA SOE and IMECI, is scheduled to be on the 5th of September 2025. The event proposal and Sarah is currently in progress, and the models for this are currently being prepared and finalized. So now for our orientation and engineering exploration day, this event is scheduled for the 24th of July. The event proposal and Sarah have already been submitted under MUMAC, so we are pending for approval, and as well as our tour guide recruitment has begun. For Hello Buddies Buddy Night, the event is scheduled on 1st of August, so week 1. The event proposal has already been submitted and is already approved, and venue has already been booked at badminton court. Our mentor recruitment has also begun, and games and food and everything is already almost finalized. So yes. So now for mentorship program, initially what we did was from week 1 to week 6. However, this semester we'll be cutting it shorter to week 1 to week 4 only. Guidelines and registration forms, promotional materials have already been prepared as well as shared with the potential mentors. So we are now introducing a long service recognition award, which will be given to mentors who have served 4 or more semesters. This is in hopes to make our mentorship program more recognized. So now for our last event, the career series with SOE and SOIT, we are currently recruiting alumni for our alumni talks. We have promotional items to be released soon, as well as company sponsorships are being confirmed. So contributed by Josh and Kavi, accepted by
Nathan.
Thank you.
Okay, so for SOIP, I'm just gonna briefly go through. So set 2 giveaway for last semester was carried out. And then we gave out Milo cups, which was pretty cool. I think reception was pretty good. We finished all 50 cups in. What? Sorry. Sorry, Brian. What did you say?
No, sorry, I accidentally turned on my mic. My bad.
Okay. So anyways, that was had to give away last semester. Then for there was also the alumni networking dinner which happened last semester during week 13. So it was a collaboration between SIT and SOE, and then now we are following up on the post event because we are pairing up the mentors with their mentees. So next merchandise sales, we're finalizing the designs. And then we submitted the EMS as well. So probably will be selling in around week 4, start selling. Then for industrial visit to Grab, this one we have already confirmed our visit to Grab in week 3, which is 14 August. And we have confirmed all the quotations for the transportation, and we are just currently awaiting finalization of the timeline with Grab on the schedule, as in what time we're going and what time we're leaving. Then lastly, Seven School Carnival ongoing. So we are in charge of external license with SOP. We finished the email template and the sponsorship prospectus already, so we'll start sending out emails probably tomorrow. Then career series with SOE, EMS has been approved today, and then we will probably start promoting tomorrow. Currently we are finalizing the time slots with the companies because they are switching things around, but probably we'll finish everything by end of this week. And lastly, the alumni talk is an extension of the career series. This was unexpected because initially there wasn't going to be alumni talk, but afterwards some companies pulled out for our career series, so we decided to have alumni talk. And then there was a bit of a hoo-ha and everything, but in the end we just extended career series 1 day, so the alumni talk will be held on Friday. So that's it for SIT. Accepted by
Josh.
So so much department updates. We have three key things. First, I'll focus on the events. So, Somas is currently preparing for the upcoming orientation, particularly the site nutrition maker night. And we also have another issue that we're planning for a watermelon activity with nomads, but we were unable to submit EMS because our SARA has not yet been approved. The second update will be on merchandise. For this year, Somas has decided to use two different vendors to produce the merchandise to ensure good quality. And we'll mostly begin collecting pre-orders starting from week 2. The last update will be on feedback. So we are currently collecting feedback from psychology students for the upcoming department meeting. Yeah, so that's it for the updates from Somas. So this is contributed by me and Josh Bloom, accepted by
Karina.
Thank you, sir.
SOP, Hashini Nathan.
Hi, sorry, can you hear me? Is my voice clear?
Can.
Okay, so for the highlights, so the first thing is we have the launch of the Avant Mind Matters Mind Spark Dementia campaign happened recently on the 25th of June, and we successfully recruited 30 volunteers to help with the overall event flow, and it was overall a very successful launch. And then secondly, we also had our early bird merchandise sale. So this was the first phase, which was also successfully completed. And we sold t-shirts, hoodies, lanyards, sticker sheets, and also keychains. So some of them are quite new items. And we reached a total of 63 purchases for this merchandise, the first phase, which is a lot better than last year's sales. And hopefully, if during our second phase, we hope more students to purchase. So that would make our merchandise sales overall a successful event. And we've also successfully submitted the EMS and SARA for events until week 8. So like the first aid workshop, farm engineering, the merchandise sales as well, OSCE workshop year 1, year 4, the sports carnival, and also the ESSFS giveaway. And right now there is ongoing preparation for all our events, especially the first aid event and farm engineering. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. Also contributed by me and Nathan, and accepted by
Pharrell.
Yay. Okay, thanks guys.
Hello. So now I'll be presenting the report from Scope Science. First is the July orientations. We are at the stage of finalizing all the game prompts and also the gate. And then we already conducted the briefing for our field mentors, which happens the day before. And also we are finalizing our merch distributions. We also have the complete work order from the seller and scheduling the date for distributions. We also in this preparation for reopening of the merch sales for the July intakes. And we already done the preparations for the middle night. We booked the venue, Sarah and also EMS are submitted, waiting for the approval. And then the games are finalized, currently preparing for the props. And the dry run will be held soon. This report is contributed by Stingray and Rainy, accepted by
Crystal.
Thank you.
All right. I think that's the end of today's MSC meeting. Does anybody have anything to say? If no, we can end the MSC. Counting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, office bearers, please stay back for the picture. Let me stop the live stream. Okay, then. Take picture, come open camera. Come.